You have no idea how powerful your mind truly is. Imagine for a moment, inside your head, there's a force so immense, so extraordinary, that if you fully understood it, you would be astonished by the endless possibilities before you. Right now, within the very core of your brain, there's the potential to unlock a genius that could transform your life in ways you can't even begin to comprehend. Think about it. Every great thinker, every inventor, every world-changing innovator was born with the same brain as you. But here's the catch. Most people go their entire lives without ever realizing how powerful their minds really are. They never tap into the limitless potential inside them. But you're different. You have the chance, right now, to awaken the genius that's been lying dormant, waiting for you to notice it, waiting for you to set it free. And here's the incredible part, you don't need to be born with some magical ability. You don't need to have a genius gene. The power is already in you. The moment you stop doubting yourself, the moment you start believing that your mind is capable of achieving extraordinary things, is the moment you'll see just how limitless you truly are. Imagine being able to think faster, sharper, and more creatively than ever before. Imagine walking into a room and knowing you can solve problems that stump everyone else. Your brain is like a sleeping giant. It's been quietly waiting for you to wake it up. And the best part? You can train it. That's right, you can train your brain to think bigger, better, and bolder. This isn't something reserved for a chosen few. This is for you. What if I told you that, with just a little bit of effort, you could unlock this power? You could become the person who comes up with ideas so innovative, people will wonder how you did it. You could develop the kind of mental strength that pushes you ahead of the crowd, allowing you to see the world through a lens that no one else can. But here's the question, are you ready to believe in the genius inside you? Because the only thing standing between you and this limitless potential is your willingness to unleash it. Don't let fear or doubt hold you back. You were born with this incredible brain, and it's waiting for you to take control. Imagine yourself a year from now, after you've tapped into this power. You're thinking faster, solving problems like never before, and your creativity flows effortlessly. People will look at you and wonder, what's your secret? But the truth is, it's no secret at all. It's all about believing in the power of your mind and taking the steps to set that power free. So ask yourself, are you ready to wake up the genius that's been hiding in you all along? Are you ready to take the first step toward unlocking the limitless potential of your mind? Let me show you how, because once you start, there's no going back, you'll be on a path that leads to greatness beyond anything you've ever imagined. Believe in your brain's potential. The very first step to unlocking the extraordinary power of your mind is believing, truly, deeply believing, that your brain can do things far beyond what you think is possible. Most people go through life unaware of the sheer potential their brain holds. They live small, think small, and allow their doubts to limit them. But not you. You're standing at the edge of a great realization. Your brain is capable of absolutely amazing things, and the only thing you need to do is trust in that potential. Think of your brain like a powerful muscle. Just like athletes train their bodies to reach peak physical performance, you can train your brain to become stronger, sharper, and more capable than you ever imagined. The incredible thing about the brain is that there's no ceiling, no end to its growth. It's not like other parts of your body that hit their limits. Your mind can keep expanding, evolving, and improving for your entire life. But here's the challenge, before your brain can truly grow, you have to believe in it. That's right, belief is the fuel that powers your mental engine. Without it, your brain remains stuck, confined to the small space of your doubts. How many times have you thought to yourself, I'm not smart enough, or, I could never do that? Be honest. These little thoughts may seem harmless, but they are like poison to your potential. Each time you doubt yourself, you build invisible walls around your mind, keeping it from stretching into new territory. Think about this for a moment. Every time you tell yourself, I can't, you are giving your brain the command to stop. You're telling it to stay within the boundaries of what's comfortable and familiar. Imagine if an athlete said to themselves, I can't lift that, or, I'm not fast enough. Would they ever improve? Of course not. Their body would stay weak and untrained because they never pushed beyond their self-imposed limits. It's the same with your brain. If you never challenge it, if you never believe in its power, it stays small and stagnant. But here's the good news: you can change this narrative right now. In this very moment, you have the power to flip the switch. You can decide to stop doubting yourself and start believing in your brain's infinite potential. And let me tell you, once you make that decision, everything begins to change. You start seeing challenges not as roadblocks but as opportunities to grow. You start tackling problems with a mindset that says, "I can figure this out," and with that shift in belief, your brain gets stronger. It adapts. It learns. It grows. Let me ask you something. What if, instead of telling yourself, "I can't," you started telling yourself, "I can learn anything," or "My brain is more powerful than I ever imagined"? These aren't just empty phrases, they're commands. When you say these things to yourself, you are giving your brain permission to expand. You're unlocking doors that have been closed for far too long. Suddenly, tasks that once seemed impossible start to feel achievable. Your confidence grows, your problem-solving skills sharpen, and your mind becomes more flexible, ready to take on whatever challenges come your way. Think about it, the human brain is the most complex and powerful machine in the known universe. And you have one. Right inside your head. Scientists have barely scratched the surface of understanding all that the brain is capable of, yet we know this: when you believe in its power, when you push it beyond the limits of what you think is possible, it will surprise you. Your brain will rise to the occasion, meeting challenges with new solutions, new ideas, and new ways of thinking. The most successful people in history, the innovators, the creators, the visionaries, weren't necessarily born with higher IQs or more talent than you. What set them apart is their belief in their own mind's potential. They didn't allow doubt to keep them in a box. Instead, they believed that they could learn anything, master any skill, and find solutions to problems that no one else could. And because they believed it, they made it happen. So why not you? Why not take that leap and start believing in the genius within you? The truth is, you already have everything you need to achieve greatness. Your brain is capable of far more than you've ever imagined, but it's waiting for you to believe in it. Every day, remind yourself, "I can learn anything. My brain is powerful beyond measure." And the more you say it, the more you will believe it. When you start thinking of your brain as an endless source of potential, something magical happens. You begin to break free from the limits you've placed on yourself. You begin to push beyond what's comfortable, into a world of limitless growth and achievement. When you believe in your brain's potential, you open the door to a world of superhuman thinking. And once that door is open, there's no turning back. You'll find that your brain, like a well-trained muscle, can do things you never thought possible. It will surprise you with its capacity for creativity, for problem-solving, for learning new things faster than ever before. So, take a moment to truly believe in your mind. Stand tall, look yourself in the mirror, and say with confidence, "My brain is unstoppable." Because once you believe it, nothing can hold you back. Feed your brain the right information. Your brain is a living, breathing machine of infinite potential. But here's something most people never realize: it is starving for the right kind of fuel. Your brain doesn't just thrive on physical nourishment, it craves mental food, the kind of knowledge and information that can propel it into a new realm of brilliance. The thoughts you feed your mind today determine the level of genius you unlock tomorrow. And let me tell you, your brain is hungry. You wouldn't fuel a Ferrari with low-quality gasoline, would you? So why treat your brain, the most powerful engine you possess, like it can run on empty? Every single thing you watch, every word you read, every conversation you engage in is feeding your brain. And the type of information you consume determines whether your brain will soar to new heights or stagnate in mediocrity. Think about it: would you feed your body junk food every day and expect it to run marathons? Of course not. Your brain is no different. It needs premium fuel. And that fuel is the knowledge, ideas, and challenges you expose it to. Every bit of new information is a vital nutrient for your mind. It's like giving your brain a shot of pure energy, sharpening its abilities, and expanding its horizons. But here's where most people go wrong: they consume mental junk food without even realizing it. Every minute spent mindlessly scrolling, every hour of brain-numbing TV, every shallow piece of gossip is poison for your mind. You're not just wasting time, you're starving your brain of the critical fuel it needs to grow. It's like giving your body nothing but sugary snacks and expecting it to stay healthy. Over time, your mind becomes sluggish, lazy, and unable to perform at its best. Now, imagine the opposite. Imagine you start feeding your brain a daily diet of rich, challenging, thought-provoking information. Imagine opening yourself up to new ideas, diving into books that push your limits, engaging in conversations that force you to think in ways you never have before. Every single time you feed your brain with quality information, it's like planting seeds in the richest soil. Your brain begins to bloom, new connections are made, new pathways form, and soon your thoughts begin to move faster, your creativity sparks, and you begin to think in ways you never thought possible. Let's take it even further. Imagine your brain as a vast, intricate network of roads and highways. Every time you learn something new, you're adding more lanes, building more roads, making your brain a more efficient and powerful superhighway of ideas. And the more you feed it with knowledge, the faster and more powerful it becomes. Suddenly, you're solving problems quicker, your creativity explodes, and you're able to absorb information at lightning speed. This is how geniuses are made, not through some magical birthright, but through feeding their brains the right information, day in and day out. Do you think Einstein was sitting around scrolling through social media or wasting time on meaningless entertainment? Absolutely not. He was feeding his brain, constantly challenging it, exposing it to new ideas, and that's how he unlocked his genius. And the same potential exists in you. But only if you feed your brain the way it deserves. And here's the mind-blowing truth, your brain has no limit. Unlike muscles that can hit their peak, your brain can keep growing, expanding, and getting sharper for your entire life. But only if you fuel it with the right information. It's not just about reading or learning, it's about what you read, what you learn. Are you filling your mind with knowledge that makes it stronger, that challenges it, that forces it to grow? Or are you letting it wither away on a diet of useless information? Let me put it this way, the brain you have today is the result of everything you fed it up until now. If you want a smarter, faster, more creative brain tomorrow, start feeding it better today. Dive into books that make you question everything you thought you knew. Listen to podcasts or lectures that stretch your understanding of the world. Watch documentaries that ignite your curiosity. Seek out conversations with people who make you think, who challenge your perspective, who push you beyond your comfort zone. Because every time you expose your brain to new, high-quality information, you're giving it the tools it needs to build new neural connections. These connections are the building blocks of intelligence, creativity, and problem-solving. Every single time you learn something new, your brain literally changes. It rewires itself, creates new pathways, and becomes more powerful. And with each new connection, you're transforming your brain into a supercharged thinking machine. So, ask yourself right now, what am I feeding my brain? Am I giving it the nutrients it needs to become sharper, smarter, and more capable? Or am I letting it waste away on a diet of distractions and meaningless content? Your brain is capable of greatness, but it's up to you to fuel it. You have the power to turn your mind into an unstoppable force, but only if you feed it the right information. Remember, you are the gatekeeper of your mind. The information you allow into your brain is either helping you grow or holding you back. Choose wisely. Feed your brain like it's the most valuable resource you have, because it is. And when you do, you'll unlock a level of genius you never thought possible. Feed your brain the right information. Your brain is a living, breathing machine of infinite potential. But here's something most people never realize, it is starving for the right kind of fuel. Your brain doesn't just thrive on physical nourishment, it craves mental food, the kind of knowledge and information that can propel it into a new realm of brilliance. The thoughts you feed your mind today determine the level of genius you unlock tomorrow. And let me tell you, your brain is hungry. You wouldn't fuel a Ferrari with low-quality gasoline, would you? So why treat your brain, the most powerful engine you possess, like it can run on empty? Every single thing you watch, every word you read, every conversation you engage in is feeding your brain. And the type of information you consume determines whether your brain will soar to new heights or stagnate in mediocrity. Think about it, would you feed your body junk food every day and expect it to run marathons? Of course not. Your brain is no different. It needs premium fuel. And that fuel is the knowledge, ideas, and challenges you expose it to. Every bit of new information is a vital nutrient for your mind. It's like giving your brain a shot of pure energy, sharpening its abilities, and expanding its horizons. But here's where most people go wrong: they consume mental junk food without even realizing it. Every minute spent mindlessly scrolling, every hour of brain-numbing TV, every shallow piece of gossip is poison for your mind. You're not just wasting time, you're starving your brain of the critical fuel it needs to grow. It's like giving your body nothing but sugary snacks and expecting it to stay healthy. Over time, your mind becomes sluggish, lazy, and unable to perform at its best. Now, imagine the opposite. Imagine you start feeding your brain a daily diet of rich, challenging, thought-provoking information. Imagine opening yourself up to new ideas, diving into books that push your limits, engaging in conversations that force you to think in ways you never have before. Every single time you feed your brain with quality information, it's like planting seeds in the richest soil. Your brain begins to bloom, new connections are made, new pathways form, and soon your thoughts begin to move faster, your creativity sparks, and you begin to think in ways you never thought possible. Challenge yourself to think differently. True genius doesn't come from following the crowd or doing what everyone else does. No. The minds that truly make a difference, that unlock the extraordinary, are the ones that dare to think differently. They question everything, they challenge the norm, and they refuse to accept the world as it is. And if you want to unlock the superhuman abilities hidden within your brain, this is where you start, by challenging yourself to think in ways no one else does. It's easy to go through life on autopilot, accepting things as they are, never stopping to wonder why or how. But here's the secret: geniuses don't accept the world at face value. They're the ones who see things that others overlook. They don't just ask the same questions as everyone else, they dig deeper, pushing the boundaries of what's possible. They are the ones who take a problem and turn it upside down, who look at challenges from angles that no one else even thought to explore. Think about it: every great innovation, every groundbreaking discovery, every world-changing idea came from someone who dared to think differently. They didn't settle for the obvious answer or follow the path that had already been laid out. They asked, what if there's a better way? What if I looked at this from a completely different perspective? And that's where the magic happens. That's where your brain begins to stretch, to grow, to develop those superhuman capabilities that make you see solutions no one else can see. But how do you get there? How do you train your brain to think like a genius, to challenge the status quo, to push past the ordinary? It starts with one simple step: asking questions. Lots of them. About everything. Stop just accepting things the way they are, start asking, why? Why do things work this way? Why is this problem so hard to solve? Why can't things be done differently? This is how your brain begins to break free from its usual patterns. This is how you start building those new, powerful neural connections that turn ordinary thinking into extraordinary insight. When you stop accepting things at face value, when you start questioning the world around you, you unlock a powerful shift in your brain. Suddenly, you're no longer trapped by the same limiting thoughts that hold others back. You're no longer stuck in the mental rut of doing things the way they've always been done. Instead, your mind becomes alive with possibility. Your brain is now activated, searching for new ways to solve problems, eager to create and innovate in ways that seem impossible to others. And here's the thing: when you challenge yourself to think differently, your brain responds in incredible ways. It becomes sharper, faster, more creative. New pathways are formed, and suddenly, you start seeing patterns and connections that weren't there before. You become the person who walks into a room full of problems and walks out with solutions that no one else even considered. You start to operate on a different level, a level where ordinary limits no longer apply. Let's be clear: thinking differently isn't always easy. It takes effort, it takes courage, and it takes a willingness to be uncomfortable. You have to train yourself to step outside of what's familiar, to push beyond what you know, and to embrace the unknown. But the rewards? They are immense. Every time you challenge your brain to think differently, you're expanding its capacity. You're stretching its abilities. You're unlocking that next level of genius that's been waiting inside you all along. Don't just settle for the answers everyone else accepts. Dare to think bigger. Dare to think in ways that push boundaries. The next time you're faced with a problem, don't just ask, "How can I solve this?" Ask, "What's a completely new way to look at this? What if the solution isn't obvious? What if I turn this problem inside out and attack it from a completely different angle?" This is where breakthroughs happen. This is where innovation is born. And the more you train your brain to think differently, the more your mind will start to develop those superhuman abilities that geniuses are known for. You'll begin to see solutions where others see only obstacles. You'll start to imagine new possibilities where others only see dead ends. And here's the best part, the more you challenge yourself, the easier it becomes. Your brain is incredibly adaptable. The more you push it to think in new ways, the better it gets at doing just that. What once felt difficult or impossible now becomes second nature. You start to expect your brain to come up with extraordinary solutions. And guess what? It will. Because your brain is capable of far more than you give it credit for, it just needs you to challenge it, to push it, to demand more from it. So, don't settle for ordinary thinking. Don't be satisfied with the answers everyone else has accepted. Train yourself to see the world differently. Challenge every assumption, question every norm, and always search for the better, smarter, more creative solution. When you do, you're not just thinking differently, you're unlocking the genius that has been waiting inside your brain all along. Remember this, the minds that change the world are the ones that refuse to think like everyone else. And that mind, it's yours. Challenge yourself to think differently, and watch as your brain transforms into a superhuman machine capable of anything. Take care of your body to boost your mind. Let me tell you something crucial, your brain and body are not separate. They are intricately connected, like two halves of a powerful machine. If you want your brain to reach its full potential, to think faster, smarter, and more creatively, then you must take care of your body. Because here's the truth, a neglected body cannot fuel a superhuman mind. You can't expect your brain to operate at genius levels if your body is running on empty. Think of your body as the engine that powers your mind. Just as a car needs fuel, oil, and regular maintenance to perform at its best, your brain relies on your body to provide the energy, nutrients, and rest it needs to function. When you're sleep-deprived, malnourished, or sluggish from lack of exercise, your brain is screaming for help. It can't process thoughts clearly, can't focus, and certainly can't unleash the genius potential it's capable of. Now, I know you've heard it before, get enough sleep, eat healthy, and exercise. But I need you to understand just how critical these habits are if you want to unlock a mind that's unstoppable. Getting enough sleep isn't just about rest. It's the time when your brain is repairing itself, creating new connections, and solidifying the knowledge you've absorbed during the day. Skip out on sleep, and you're robbing your brain of its ability to grow. You're literally blocking your mind from reaching its full power. And let's talk about food. What you eat doesn't just fuel your body, it feeds your brain. Your brain is a hungry organ, consuming about 20% of the energy you take in. But not all food is created equal. If you're filling your body with junk, processed, sugary, nutrient-poor food, you're starving your brain of the fuel it needs to function at its best. But when you nourish your body with healthy, brain-boosting foods, fresh fruits, vegetables, whole grains, healthy fats, you're giving your brain the nutrients it needs to sharpen your focus, improve your memory, and think more clearly. And then there's exercise. You might think exercise is just about building muscles or losing weight, but it's so much more than that. Exercise is like rocket fuel for your brain. When you move your body, you're increasing blood flow, delivering oxygen and nutrients to your brain, and literally growing new brain cells. Yes, growing new brain cells. Every time you work out, you're not just improving your body, you're strengthening your mind. You're creating an environment where your brain can operate at peak performance, unlocking levels of clarity and creativity that you never thought possible. But here's the flip side, neglect your body, and you're sabotaging your mind. A tired, sluggish, unhealthy body drags your brain down with it. It's like trying to drive a race car with flat tires. No matter how powerful the engine is, you're not going anywhere fast. When you don't get enough sleep, when you skip meals or eat poorly, when you don't move your body, you're making it impossible for your brain to perform at its best. You can't think clearly, you can't focus, and you certainly can't unlock the superhuman potential that lies within you. So here's the deal: if you want to unlock your brain's true genius, you have to start by taking care of your body. Treat your body like the powerful machine it is. Get the rest you need, your brain depends on it. Nourish your body with healthy, brain-boosting foods that fuel your mind. Move your body every day, even if it's just a walk, your brain will thank you. Because when your body is strong, energized, and healthy, your brain has the foundation it needs to reach its highest potential. Think of your body as the soil in which your mind grows. If you want your mind to blossom into its most powerful form, you need to nurture the soil, water it, feed it, give it sunlight. When your body is thriving, your brain can soar. You'll think faster, process information more easily, and unlock new levels of creativity and problem-solving you never imagined. Your body and mind are partners in this journey toward greatness. One cannot thrive without the other. So, take care of your body like your mind depends on it, because it does. And when you do, you'll discover that your brain, fueled by a healthy body, is capable of truly superhuman thinking. Practice mindfulness and focus. In a world teeming with distractions, your attention is constantly being pulled in 1,000 different directions. Your phone dings, social media beckons, and that captivating TV show is just a click away. It's like being in a chaotic circus, where every juggler is fighting for your attention. But here's the shocking truth: to unlock the genius within you, you must learn to cut through the noise and master the art of focus. The secret lies in mindfulness, the ability to be fully present in the moment, and when you harness this power, you can transform your mind into a supercharged engine of creativity and problem-solving. Imagine this: you're standing at the foot of a magnificent mountain, and you want to reach the summit. But instead of taking the steady path upward, you're constantly distracted by the scenery around you. You stumble over rocks, lose your footing, and before you know it, you're lost in the wilderness of your own thoughts. This is what happens when you allow distractions to hijack your focus. You can't make progress, can't tap into your genius, and can't unleash the brilliance that lies within you. The first step is to recognize the overwhelming power of distractions. They are everywhere, lurking in the shadows, ready to pounce on your attention at a moment's notice. But don't despair. The antidote is simple yet profoundly powerful: mindfulness. Practicing mindfulness means training your mind to anchor itself in the present moment, cutting through the clutter of distractions and fully engaging with what you are doing. It's like putting on noise-canceling headphones that block out all the chaos around you, allowing you to hone in on the task at hand. When you practice mindfulness, you are gifting your brain the ability to focus deeply on one task. This kind of laser-like focus unleashes a torrent of mental power. You become a problem-solving machine, churning through challenges with newfound clarity and creativity. Instead of jumping from task to task like a pinball, you dive deep into each activity, exploring every angle, unraveling complexities, and discovering solutions that others might miss. This is where the magic happens. Your brain goes into overdrive, and ideas flow like a raging river, bursting forth with creativity and innovation. But how do you practice mindfulness in this noisy, distraction-filled world? Start by setting aside moments each day to simply be. Whether it's a few quiet minutes in the morning, a short walk without your phone, or a dedicated time to meditate, allow yourself to breathe and connect with the present. Focus on your breath, the sensations in your body, and the world around you. This simple practice trains your mind to settle, to find stillness amidst the chaos, and to cultivate a sense of awareness that will empower you throughout your day. As you build your mindfulness practice, you'll notice something incredible happening: your ability to focus improves exponentially. Suddenly, you can sit down to work on a project, and instead of drifting off into daydreams or reaching for your phone every few minutes, you're fully engaged. You become the master of your own mind, steering it toward what truly matters. You're no longer a passive participant in your own life, you're an active creator, channeling your genius into everything you do. Here's the game changer: the deeper you focus, the faster you learn. When you immerse yourself fully in a task, your brain begins to form stronger connections, absorbing information like a sponge. You'll find that complex concepts become clearer, problems that once seemed insurmountable are suddenly within reach, and your creativity explodes. But remember, this isn't just a one-time effort. Practicing mindfulness is a lifelong journey. It's about making a commitment to yourself to stay present, to fight against the tide of distractions, and to harness the full power of your focus every single day. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes, and soon you'll find that your mind is sharper, your thoughts are clearer, and your creativity is on fire. So, embrace the power of mindfulness. Challenge yourself to silence the distractions and be fully present in whatever you're doing. Whether you're studying, working on a project, or simply enjoying a meal, immerse yourself in that moment. Feel the texture of your food, listen to the sounds around you, and engage with your thoughts without judgment. In doing so, you'll unlock a level of genius that's been waiting for you all along. You'll become a master of focus, able to channel your energy into the things that truly matter, and watch as your mind transforms into an unstoppable force of creativity and insight. Remember, in a world full of noise, your greatest weapon is your ability to focus. And when you do, the doors to superhuman thinking will swing wide open, inviting you to step into a realm of extraordinary possibility. Surround yourself with other genius thinkers. If you're serious about unlocking the genius that lies within your brain, here's a transformative truth you need to embrace: surround yourself with other genius thinkers. Imagine standing in a garden surrounded by vibrant, blooming flowers. Each one brings its unique color, fragrance, and beauty, enriching the garden as a whole. Now, picture your mind as that garden. It thrives when you fill it with brilliant, inspiring individuals who challenge you to think bigger and dream bolder. When you engage with people who ignite your passion for learning, who question your ideas and push you to explore new perspectives, you are creating an unstoppable environment for growth. It's not just about finding friends, it's about cultivating a community of thinkers, dreamers, and innovators. The energy of these relationships is electric. The more you expose yourself to diverse thoughts and ideas, the more your brain expands, the more connections it forms, and the more genius you unlock. Think about the power of collaboration. When you discuss your ideas with others, you're not just sharing, you're sharpening them. Imagine sitting in a room with a group of brilliant minds. One person throws out a wild idea, and suddenly, someone else adds a twist that you never saw coming. Before you know it, that single idea morphs into something spectacular, something that could change the world. This is the beauty of surrounding yourself with other genius thinkers. They challenge your assumptions, provoke your thoughts, and inspire you to reach for ideas that you may have thought were out of reach. Now, this isn't just about intellectual stimulation. It's also about support. Genius thinkers understand the struggles and challenges that come with pursuing greatness. They lift you up when you're feeling down, encourage you when you doubt yourself, and celebrate your victories, no matter how small. Imagine having a team of cheerleaders, each one rooting for your success, reminding you that you are capable of achieving greatness. This kind of support is vital. It nurtures your mind and fuels your ambition. But remember, you have to be intentional about who you surround yourself with. Not everyone will inspire you to think bigger. Some may bring negativity or limit your potential. Seek out individuals who ignite your curiosity, who challenge you to grow, and who push you to dream beyond what you thought was possible. It could be a mentor who has already achieved what you aspire to, a friend who shares your passion, or a group of like-minded individuals who meet regularly to exchange ideas. This is your opportunity to build your own personal think tank, a powerhouse of creativity and insight. So, take action. Step outside your comfort zone and connect with others who inspire you. Attend workshops, join discussion groups, or simply reach out to those who challenge your thinking. You'll be amazed at the conversations that unfold and the ideas that blossom. As you engage with these remarkable individuals, your own mind will begin to transform. You'll notice yourself thinking differently, tackling problems from new angles, and discovering solutions that once seemed impossible. Now, let's tie it all together. Unlocking the superhuman mind is within your reach. It begins with a belief in your brain's incredible potential. Challenge yourself every day to think bigger, to explore new ideas, and to push the boundaries of your knowledge. Feed your mind the right information, enriching it with experiences that stimulate your curiosity and inspire your creativity. And don't forget to take care of your body. After all, it's the vessel that carries your powerful mind. Get enough sleep, nourish yourself with healthy food, and move your body to keep that energy flowing. Practice mindfulness to focus your thoughts, and surround yourself with other genius thinkers who will elevate you to new heights. Your brain is a magnificent, limitless force. The only limit is how much you choose to believe in it. So start today. Take those first steps, surround yourself with brilliance, and watch as your mind transforms into a powerhouse of genius. You'll be astonished at what you can achieve when you embrace this journey. Open the door to your limitless potential, and let your superhuman mind soar to heights you never thought possible.